especially Morgany right now. Like she's always Morgany, but not more than usual.
I remember how Joey and I pretty much built the same character stats wise and completely different in everything
No, we
else.
use it so differently though, so
Yeah.
it's
It's
fine.
wonderful.
It's the versatility of the system.
Also, I
Always
can't
be
roll,
plugging.
so if there's been one consistent thing, although I've been doing okay to date, it took me this long to learn that I need to use the real dice.
All right, and then for Farouk, what did you roll for your vigor?
I got a 15, so definitely did not save there. But I did roll a 12 on a d12.
Wow. Okay, you are also. I should have made this a lot harder.
I rolled real bad, so
Yeah.
I have to make up for it.
All right. So for your failed check, we're going to resolve that first, as you're all feeling confident. Your approach is getting the rhythm and things, feeling that intention. You're beginning to move forward, but for you, Farouk, very much surreal space, and because you were sort of thrown into this quest, you know, everyone tried to prepare you, but it was still very much like you kind of sort of need to do this. And of course, you want to do this because you want to get Nasir back. But as you step forward, you don't realize just where your movement is going. You don't see that ichor sort of starting to swirl back. And you very quickly feel, after a crack of branch sound, as branches swipe across you, and you will take, holy shit. You take -5 to your endurance.
Ooh,
That's rough.
Sure.
Can Heloise do like a health thing?
Well, I'll say, because you all dominated this friggin' activity number with your friggin' high rolls, you can decide how this moment looks. As with the sudden lashing on Farouk, you all have to move very swiftly. As you see from this tree, there is a crack of light as it continues to split. The weapon that was there shatters and becomes dust as it whiffs away, and blackened hands kind of curl out, sort of reaching around, very elongated fingers coming, and just the air getting colder and heavy. But I'll say, at least for Farouk, you do hear a song on the wind, a familiar song to you and a familiar voice to you. Having known that you were just hurt, they want you to know you'll be okay.
Two questions. One, should I be doing Nasir singing here? Two, no, that was the first question.
If you wish to sing, you can.
Wali tu rahe makar, ya Mola tu fazal kar, ya Ali tu rahe makar, ya Mola tu fazal kar. So I think Farouk like was fully charging forward. I don't remember who had the sword. It might have been Neve, but I, especially given the combination of Farouk's personality and size and the 12 on the 12, I think he just like took the sword without asking, and slammed it in and got injured, and didn't, like, he may have screamed, but he didn't stop for a second. But when he hears the singing, he stops and he just starts crying, like in a very, not like sobbing way, just in a like tears on face way.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, fuck you. This was, you were not supposed to be in this position.
What is everyone else doing in this moment?
Well, the sword, to clarify, in the tree?
Is that what was supposed to happen?
Yes. So
Okay.
as it plays out, Farouk does take the sword. If Neve willingly gives it up.
Yeah, I think Neve is very much in the phrase of someone must have a plan. This must be part of the plan. Let's do the plan.
And then with the release, Farouk runs up and slams blade first right into the spot where that other blade had crumbled away. And in that moment, you see this alien creature just trying to crawl out. You don't really catch much of his face, but you see the long fingers almost matching the curling of the tree as though it's trying to split it out. But you slam in and through. And before we finish that moment, what is Gwendolyn and Heloise doing to add to this?
I think Gwendolyn at this point, she has considered her part in this mostly done. I think she is afraid that Farouk is going to walk into whatever, like, I think she's just mostly going to try and like spot Farouk if he like tries to rush into whatever portal is happening, sort of situation, to like grab him or to help him pull anybody, like Nasir, out if this is a thing that's happening. I think it's mostly it.
Right. And Heloise?
I'm having trouble thinking what Heloise really could do in this moment. Because I don't think it's a part where like any magic would be needed in this moment. Nobody really needs her support, it seems. So I think she's just waiting there in case they do need someone to help pull Nasir out.
All right. So as that blade now sinks and sits in, a flash of blue, bright light washes over the area. There's almost like a breathe in for a moment as all the fog rushes away in a single motion, though no wind felt. And any crimson glow that was in the tree swiftly pulls back, and the tendrils of Ichor sort of stops in place before that all starts to slither back to the tree in a very swift motion. And Farouk, as you sit there and you have the sword plunged into the tree and sealing up that seam once again, and hearing a very subtle, distant clinging of chains as though something is wrapping and binding this tree. There is a brief moment in the flash of light, a moment that you feel you can stretch for as long as you wish, that you see into another realm. You muted.
God, I keep trying. Okay, do I see Nasir, or I just see the realm?
Well, Nasir is yours. Would you like Farouk to see Nasir?
Yeah, I mean, I think he hears him but doesn't see him.
Right. You hear Nasir's voice still singing softly.
Is it possible for me to go into the realm or to drag something out of the realm, or or I might at this point, like, actually Farouk doesn't know any magic, so I think while keeping the sword in, like keeping his hands firmly on the sword, he turns to Heloise and Gwen and Neve. He turns to the people who know what they're doing, like, I can hear him and I can see something and I don't see him. If no one has any better ideas, I'm just going to jump in, but I also feel like he'd be pissed about that. So does anyone have any better ideas?
Can we like? I feel like we should be able to call. Maybe this is like a. Have we tried like just being like, hey, walk through the portal?
Hey, asshole, where are you?
Just saying, it's not like the worst idea I've
Yep.
ever had.
I'll say, Farouk, you can give me a wit check. And for anyone who wishes to help, you can roll a luck die. So roll a d6.
Okay.
Oh,
Gwen's like,
yeah,
"This
roll a
is-"
3.
All right.
Yeah,
I rolled a
Gwen's
2.
like,
I rolled a 6.
Yay.
Gwen's like, this is beyond my kind of magic, so I'm not a conjuring type person.
Mhm.
And you think we are? Oh,
I don't
mean,
know.
Nave's idea was literally let's just ask. So
Eloise seems to be rolling really well, so you seem maybe best equipped to do something. But
Yeah, you for the luck die, 1 to 3 is unfavorable, 4 to 6 favorable, with 6 as your absolute best luck. And with that, pass in your wit. Farouk, you see walking not on a ground space or anything. He almost seems to just float there in a serene manner, but you do recognize the glowing silhouette of him as you hear his voice come out. He's within reach.
Farouk grabs at him. Like, lets go of the sword and just grabs for him.
Gwen will try and grab fruit before he leans too far in.
Eloise will grab the sword to make sure that it's not a thing where it's like if they let go of the sword, it closes.
do we have like a strong person here?
Farouk. Eloise is relatively strong.
Because I don't know if anybody has seen Agent Carter, but what I'm really picturing is like at the end of season 2 when they're all like holding on to each other in that giant chain, and it's just like a portal.
Yep. So you all leap to action and pull or hold the sword as you already hear just this tree trying to heal itself up and encompass the sword into it to lock away whatever was locked here in the first place. And very swiftly, you all pull and pull, and Farouk, you hang on tight and almost feeling that embrace back as that sort of love's tether just hangs on to you. And one final pull, you all fall and tumble back down the hill, rolling in just a flurry of bodies and clanking of armor, rolling all the way down. And as you pause and take a breath, the tree stands whole, bright pale bark, silver flowing leaves like a willow, just softly swaying in the wind, overlooking a clear valley, little flowers of pink and blue starting to open up all around you. And you're all down in the grass. And Farouk, as you turn your head over, you see him there.
Am I going to play both Farouk and Nasir for this? Because I'll do it.
Hey, if you want to take on that challenge, I will allow it.
What the fuck were you thinking?
Now we
I'm
enter our
sorry,
favorite
I'm not-
part where Sophia has to argue with
Yep.
themselves.
Good to see you too. No, we're not doing that. You could have gotten killed. You get that, right? That's fascinating coming from someone who I've thought was dead for about 6 months. Yes, but you know what I was trying to do. I didn't ask you to do that. Yeah, well, you were so unhappy. Oh, but with you dying, I was great, obviously. Oh, you they just start making out.
You know, that's how it goes with every fight there.
This is also lying down the whole time. They do not like get up from the grass at any point.
But the coolness of the air, not like the cold that you had before. It's more of like just a comfortable, especially after the hard work of pushing and pulling, now sits over you. And for those who are now like looking away from the scene of the lovers up towards the tree, on the wind you hear a song from a woman, a voice you recognize as you look up and see that ghostly woman standing there that you saw that night long ago. And over where the ashes of the former blade is now a half giant man and sort of hunched over, kind of into himself, but his hands holding out towards her, and she's grasping onto his. And she looks over to you, and where you were used to seeing either just barely recognizable features or a face so sad, she has a very gentle smile. And she gives you all a nod before their two spirits flutter away into the night, the moon cresting behind in the mountains and the trees. How do you get home? I'm sure you'll get there.
Ghosty.
Can I, before we go, can I like look to see like on the ground if there are any like twigs from the tree?
Oh, for sure. Don't necessarily need to roll for this unless you want to. I wouldn't even think of it. Might be a wit if you want to, as just a general check, but yeah.
Let's see. That's a 3.
Okay.
Well below my wit.
Yeah.
My wit. Yeah, I just want like a small twig.
So are you looking for the twig of the tree's more evil form or for the current tree?
Could I get for the current tree? I don't think I want the evil one. That sounds like bad luck.
Yeah, gotta clarify. Yeah, so as you look around for a branch, almost as though something heard you, a little bit of that willow branch flutters down. You see the long, slender silver leaves sort of flutter and start to drift.
Okay, I want to make one for my add it to my hair comb.
And then for Heloise and Neve, they're sort of sitting, taken in. You do hear, sort of behind you,
More cats here.
Always definitely turns around.
and it's not just one cat, it's a clouder of cats.
Neve has never been so happy as she is in this moment. The only thing that slightly spoils this is that Ghosty is not here and getting to experience this magic.
Always immediately like reaches out slowly to see if the cats will accept her to petting and giving scritches.
And the kind of cat that seems to have taken the head of the clouder, pure black fur and bright orange eyes, sort of sniffs at your hand for a second, kind of coyly, and then does that headbutt, kind of lean in headbutt.
Neve is holding 3 of them already.
Yeah.
Do you think that they'll come home with me?
I mean, I'm sure if you ask nicely.
Would you like to live on, it's not really an island, but it's like there's lots of cliffs and there's a beach. Do you like beaches?
Do you like climbing? She has lots of places for you to climb.
So many places to climb.
And to sunbathe. And she will definitely feed you often.
I have a carrot.
I don't think cats eat carrots, but I'm sure you'll find them suitable food soon.
If you're holding the carrot, they're just kind of like nuzzling it, and then in the corner they're kind of like doing that like rub with their cheek to get their teeth. They're like, eh.
Like, eh. It's like when I offer my dog spinach, and he's just like, he takes it very politely and then spits it on the ground. That's really the vibe here.
All right. Well,
Nasir and Farouk have finished angrily making out, and now they're just kind of like half lying, half sitting there, and Farouk is holding Nasir, and they seem happy and also very sleepy.
yeah. Well, knights, our story's coming to a close. What does your epilogue look like?
I think if given consent from all involved felines, then Neve is gonna set up like a cat. Essentially, it's a cat sanctuary, but it's just basically like collecting cats. Like the castle is overrun with cats now. Ghosty is undecided on how much he enjoys this, but Ghosty has his own area. Also, they moved into the library, so there are guard cats at the library. Neve is currently trying to convince, um, I think probably Alf, but also several other people that they need armor, just in case. Neve herself is going to now try and like branch into, I think, not necessarily magic as a specialty, but given her family's sort of predilection for dealing with the undead, is going to move in sort of like a fey direction, um and is going to attempt to help people be informed in her fiefdom about Fae, because it has not up until this point been a huge issue, but especially in the areas of woods. Need very suspicious of rivers and woods conceptually. Um, is going to try and like spread the word about this and become like a center for knowledge. And also have like the, you know, the Moody Cliffs and everything. And every year she's gonna throw a festival for a cat themed Morrigan festival, and no one really like follows entirely the logic of this, because it's not like it's based on any specific like holiday or anything. It's basically just Neve being like, everybody should come and we'll party about cats, and
And
that's
isn't that how all holidays start?
it's true. It's just like, this is a thing now that we should do, and everyone is invited. um I do not know whether Farouk and Nazir are gonna stay, but they are also invited to my cat festival. um Although I will understand if they do not want to make the journey.
All right, who would like to go next?
Yeah, Farouk and Nasir go off together, and they take Ryan with him if he wants to go, or they leave Ryan in charge of the fiefdom if he doesn't want to go. They definitely make sure Azadeh is not left in charge of the fiefdom, because that would be a terrible idea. And yeah, they do a lot of work around healing and working with people who have either been harmed by magical creatures, or dissuading people who are doing harm to magical creatures, and just trying to create peace in that regard. um they do, I think they visit occasionally. I think they come back for the cat festival. I think Farouk is like, oh my god, rah, 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 but Nasir really wants to come back for the cat festival, so they'll do it. But they probably don't visit more than once or twice a year. But Nasir is remembered very fondly in his fiefdom, and he always likes coming back for a bit. And Farouk like doesn't get it, but he's glad his husband is happy.
That's a good husband there. All right, who would like to go next?
I think Gwendolyn, as things often are with her, they're like not very like, she doesn't live a very exciting life actually. It's like doing the whole like, you know, she's a very like paperwork kind of gal actually. I think, but she's getting better at the this is the exciting thing for her. She's getting very good at the boring things. I think she is learning very well to be, you know, now that she's not considered like a quote unquote like failure at like what her family is supposed to be good at. I think she is devoting herself mostly to staring into pools of water, which again, I keep saying this is not very exciting, but it's very exciting for her that she's now getting better at this. And I think the mood at her court is a lot. It's kind of a dour place. Not it's very, we're very bookkeeping type people. It's like, but it's a lot nicer now that nobody is worrying about the downfall of the Ignavel fiefdom. Um, yeah, she got her little, she got like the little willow branch made into like a little comb to go with her her boar bristle, I think. She's going to write letters to everybody all the time. They're not very yet. She's that's She will come to your cat festival because it is her duty as dame to come to your cat festival. She will approach this with all the gravity and seriousness of like a serious tourney every time.
You walk in the door and Neve immediately puts cat ears on you.
She's so serious about this, almost pompous.
And Sig definitely constantly throws in your face of how uptight you're being about it. It's a festival, relax. All right, so that just leaves Heloise.
I think Heloise, comes out of this a little less constantly serious. Like, she still is a pretty serious person, you know, and she's always had pride in the things that, you know, her fiefdom and her family have stood for. But I think she also, you know, whereas like take a second every once in a while and to like drop that a little bit around people outside of just her family. And because fuck it, we all ship it. Heloise and Reggie is a thing now. Uh, we all ship it. I don't know how the fuck that happens because Heloise and socializing don't work that well.
That's for
So
season 2. Don't worry about
that's for
it.
that's for season 2. Somehow Reggie gets the courage to ask Heloise out, and she's like, "I thought we were okay." Like, I thought that was a thing already. That works.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah,
Cool.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think she spends a lot more time with her sister and her cousin, and definitely works on checking on the others. She definitely travels between fiefdoms a lot. So she'll be the person like, oh, I'm gonna go. I'm sure Ghosty has a birthday coming soon, so let's go give Ghosty some apples. Or oh, this is a book. I'm sure Gwendolyn would like it, so she goes and visits Gwendolyn. She goes and visits Nasir's fiefdom, and she just kind of starts to open up a bit more, um, and show people and other fiefdoms too that death isn't necessarily something to be scared of.
Right. Beautiful. As our story comes to a close, the stories and songs of your quest echoes out of a great hunter of death learning to grapple with the Fae, of a lady of Morgan learning the deeper magics to protect and to heal, of a dame once discouraged earning their confidence and pride, and of a tale of love thought tragic but turned into a blessing. Those poems circle, sung in taverns and at feasting tables, and your kingdoms become prosperous, your fiefdoms glowing under the events that have transpired and your success. Now, peace doesn't always last. There are always people in the world that decide to do as they do, or things beyond the realms that do as they do. But for now, you have created a peace for yourselves, and you explore this new growing Avalon that is now shaping to what you have achieved. And that is where our story of our 4 knights, well, 5, if they wish to be called a knight as well, comes to an end. Whew. So, we got a lot of things to say before we end this. So, first, for our knights to all say who they are, where people can find you, and all the fun stuff. Shout yourselves out, hype yourselves up. Let's start with, if I can remember the order I was in last time, Gina.
Hi, I'm Gina. I've been playing Dame Gwendolyn. You can find me on Twitter because I'm still on Twitter at _, that part's important, _Gina Than. You can find me. Actually, I have stuff to shout out for once. I am going to be playing in 2 games on Exquisite Corpse for their Even the Dead Telltales. It's a series doing a whole lot of charity one shots. I will be on the Candela one shot on this Thursday, the 12th. That's what I have down. The schedule says different, but I have down that it is the 12th. I will also be
A few
playing
of them are being pre-recorded. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh, okay. Then it is probably the 17th. Check the schedule. It's the 17th, probably. I am also playing. Hold on, I gotta double check this now. 10 Candles is live. 10 Candles on Monday, the 16th. And that's that. And then I am playing Drama Llamas with Sword and Key and Jilly on Friday, the 20th. Check times at the channel because time zone conversions. Also, double check the schedules because I'm a mess. I've never shouted out things before.
That's fine. You did good. All right. Next in my memory order, Jilly.
Hi, it's me. I'm Jilly. You can find me at Oh Look It's Jilly most places on the internet. I am an editor and a writer and a performer and all that jazz. This week you will find me on Friday on Exquisite Corpse playing Kel's Kitchen. We were off last week due to some cast illness, but we are back this week for more Ready Set Bake. So it's basically what if the Great British Bake Off but RPG. And on Saturday, I will be here on this very channel. Noxus this week, right? We come back this week. Okay. We're back with masks. We've been on hiatus. And everything was very stressful when we left off. So I'm sure that everything will be fine. What happened to my cats? We don't know. That's true. I do adopt cats in every universe. That's very interesting. Okay. Anyway, that is on Saturday and for Saturdays going forth for the rest of the month. Then I had to look up the dates for this for clarity. On the 20th, as Gina said, I am playing Drama Llamas on Sword and Key. Then on the 21st, I am playing When the End Comes for the Only the Dead Tell Tales excitement. I should mention that the Sword and Key one shot is for ocean conservation, and then we sorry, there's a lot of one shots happening.
Yes.
I'm playing When the End Comes on the 21st in the very early morning for me, so that's exciting. Then I will also be running some version of Clue Don't, and I literally have not the faintest idea when that is happening. Oh, it's the 26th. Okay, that is happening at some point. I'm gonna have to do some kind of finagling because it's meant to be run as a modification to a Clue game, but online Clue is garbage. So we're gonna do our best. But basically, it's gonna be Clue, but with spooky monsters instead of the regular characters. It's gonna be wild. I think that is most of the stuff that I have coming up, but I am certain there will be more. And you can find me on the internet talking about those things when I remember that they exist.
Yeah, just follow the socials. If there's anything missed, just follow it.
Yes, I'm. Oh, look, it's Jilly. Pretty much everywhere.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Jilly. Let's go, Sophia.
Hi, I'm Sophia. I am Swinging Storm on X, I think that's what, Twitter, um, and also Blue Sky. And I am just Sophia Babai on Instagram and Facebook. And I'm Stormy Storyteller on TikTok. And I think I have a Mastodon, but I don't use it, so don't worry about that. Where can you find me? I'm doing another Nerds with Dice campaign called Shadowlight on not this Tuesday, but every other Tuesday this month. And yeah, I also write things, and I post about them on the socials. And yeah, that's kind of it for me. I'm holding a campaign, not a campaign. Oh God, no, not a campaign. I'm holding a workshop on grief later this month. It's primarily for Jewish and Muslim people. Everyone is invited, but those are the identities that are going to be centered. And I will be posting about that also on the socials. And it is free for Jewish and Muslim people and not very expensive for everyone else. So if anyone is dealing with grief or such, yeah.
Wonderful. And finally, Nox.
I have a lot of things. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, y'all. Nox, she, her, hers. You can find me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, but I haven't posted on there yet. At Nocturnal_7. You can find me on Blue Sky at Nocturnal7 because they don't let you do underscores and I hate it. You can find me this Saturday twice here on Nerds with Dice. In the morning, I'm going to be playing a solo journaling our TTRPG called Harpcaster let me check at noon. And then later that night, I'm the GM for Mask the Puzzle Project, the campaign that Jilly was talking about. And I have lots of things planned because we left off with a bang. Go
Everything
catch
is
up.
so stressful.
Yeah, go catch up on YouTube for Nerds with Dice. But just so y'all know, there was a month time skip when they were stuck somewhere. So I have a lot of things planned for them.
It was a beach episode, but not as we know it.
Joey, you wanted a beach episode. I gave you what you asked for. You should have been more specific.
Not like this. Not like this.
On Wednesday, not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, every other Wednesday, really, I'm on the initiative order playing Inferno. I play Alma the Pagan, who is just constantly going through it and has decided, you know what, nothing matters anymore. Honestly, we love that for her. And then on the 21st, I have 3 games because I have a Kids on Brooms game at 5 in the fucking morning for Roll for Good.
You made choices.
I made choices. When the End Comes with Jilly on Exquisite Corpse Presents, that's at 10 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. And then I have the Puzzle Project. And then, because I also had to check the schedule, Morkborg Regicide on Monday the 23rd at 6 p.m. It's 9 p.m. for me. And then Liminal Horror with Kat on Thursday the 26th at 9 p.m. I'm going to also try to stream either on my channel or to have a start playing game because I do have a start playing. I just have to host the game, so make sure to follow me on Twitter for that. I'm going to try to have a 10 Candles one shot going up on Halloween. So I have lots of things going on. I'm also going to release the first episode of my All Disabled Table post-zombie apocalypse game at the end of the month. And I'm also trying to work on other stuff. I have a lot going on all the time. So Twitter.
Yeah, feel that. Feel that. All right. I guess it's my turn. Hi, I'm Natalie. Find me most places on the internet with Ghost Candle or Ghostly Candle on Twitch and YouTube, where I do a variety of things. I'm a variety. Enjoy me. Since now we're no longer here, here's all the things I'm doing. I'm going to be on as well on Exquisite Corpse Gaming. We're going to be recording the second half of our Call of Cthulhu game, where my non-binary character just went off the deep end because of eldritch things. So we're going to find out where that goes as we entered a very liminal hallway, and it's kind of weird. And then when I'm not doing that, I'm going to be in a Monster of the Week game with Anya. That I can't recall if it's recorded or not, but that's also happening on this Exquisite Corpse tomorrow. I am going to be doing my solo game on my channel. I am playing Tales of the Burned Stones. Check that out. Wednesday, I am in Kids on Brooms over on Zealzaddy, where it may not be, but probably the finale of our kids that are the generation after our D&D characters. And I'm going to be doing more special recordings that is still with Exquisite Corpse, so just be on the lookout for the socials for when all that's going to drop. And yeah, just follow me so you can see all the fun things I am doing and entering, and keep promising myself I need a month off, and then just doesn't happen because I can't say no to the fun things happening by these beautiful people here in our space here. Also, I'm going to special shout out to our behind the scenes person, Sophia, our producer. As always, we must always shout out our people working in the background, all the stress of pixel chats falling down and adjusting volume and all that. So thank you. Now to this channel specifically here on Nerds with Dice. October 14th, join us for raising money for Game to Grow. we have several games, starting with 2 solo games, as Nox has already said one of them, that were submitted to Nightmare before Halloween Game Jam. One being Mountaintop Isolation, and as you heard, Harpcaster Alone in the Town. Then we have an exciting game of Divine Calling. You can find Divine Calling on Kickstarter now this October. And we will cap this off with Amazing Day and Return of Masks, as you heard by 2 of our players here who are playing and GMing.
Go get Divine Calling. I was a playtester for the game. It's an absolutely amazing system. Okay, I just wanted to say that.
All that. And also, I think this game that we just played, Knights, is going to a funding for its 2nd printing, so make sure you check that out too. Nerds with Dice is also very much looking for help because look what we're doing here. We could use your help, so we're seeking producers to help us bring more of these awesome stories and shows for our amazing storytellers. And if you have a story that you wish to tell or a game you wish to showcase, our creator app is always open, and that can be found on our Twitter and Blue Sky, or if you hop over to our Discord, you can get a link. And yeah, so with all that and all those words and our stories told and dice set aside, this is where we end, and we are going to raid. So while we are done, you are not. Hang around, as we're going to raid the initiative order, as I have been told. So make sure you check them out. Say hi from us Knights. Give them a good hail. And yeah, see y'all next time.